Welcome back, guys. My name is still Antonio. As you saw from the thumbnail, Samantha is going to be joining us today to do the Samantha test. That's what we're going to be calling it now, on two different lenses. One lens being the Nikon Z mount 85mm f1.2 big chunky lens, and then also the little 85mm 1.4 also Z mount but made by Sirui. And this is, I mean, they're pretty similar. Same focal length, similar aperture, a lot of similarities in a lot of ways, but a massive price point. So I want to see if you guys can tell the difference between images taken on this lens and images taken on this lens. See if the price is really worth what you're getting for in the upgrade. Now, this is one of my most used lenses. I love it. And this, you know, it's not too bad, but we'll see a little bit further on in the video. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about just some overall things that I've noticed before Samantha comes on and does her Samantha test of these lenses. The first thing is this lens looks really nice in terms of the images you get. It's very sharp, very nice compressed background. Same with anything that's over about 50mm. You get a nice compressed background. It's a very large front element. This is an 82mm. Actually, that's not that big. That's the same as most 24 to 70, 2.8. So I'm more mentally, subconsciously going to prefer this because I put a lot more effort and time into using this lens than I have with this one. This has a customizable... The Nikon lens has a customizable control ring, so you can assign aperture, ISO, shutter speed, I suppose, if you wanted to, onto that dial. You don't have to do that, but I never really use it. You've got a big focus ring as well, nice and grippy. It's a good looking lens. They both have a custom button on them. They've both got that nice big glass front, which, I mean, you'd hope for a lens like this. It looks really nice, I think. It looks like a very photography lens. The custom button on this one, it's a square shape as opposed to a circular shape on the Nikon. Not a big difference. This one has the autofocus to manual focus switch, as does the Nikon lens. The thing that I like more about this lens, just from the overall outside of it, is that the aperture ring on the Sirui lens is very smooth, but can be clicked. So it's got a declickable aperture ring, which I think is really cool. I'd never really use it. This has a permanently not clicking aperture ring. Doesn't really make a difference to me because I don't really use it, but that might be a difference for some people. Now, the other thing with these two lenses is the video capabilities of both of them are perfectly fine. I tested them both with video. Here is the video from the Nikon lens, and I shot that at f1.4 as well. So it's pretty much the same as the f1.4 Sirui lens. There's the video from that as well. Anyway, let's get into the Samantha test. I'm going to give her these two lenses, going to see if she can tell the difference. It's going to be pretty easy for her to tell which one is which. And then we're going to go through the image test, and that's basically it. So getting into the first test, I have two lenses here. And Samantha is going to see if she can tell which one is the $500 lens and which one is the $5,000 lens. Here's lens number 1 and here's lens number 2. Can you tell me which one you think is the $500 and which one is the $5,000 lens?
These are just caps.
Just caps?
Aren't they like the hoods?
Yeah, she's right. They're not the hoods. I'll give you the actual lenses. You should be able to very easily tell which one's the $5,000 lens and which one's the $500 lens.
5,500?
Yeah, okay, that was pretty obvious. Just your overall thoughts on the $500 lens. Tell me what you think about it. How does it feel? What does it feel like? You're holding it in your hand.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, tell me, what do you think? Without seeing it, if someone handed that to you, this is from a non-photographer perspective. Samantha's not really a photographer. I say not really because she doesn't like it when I bring my cameras out.
It's a lens.
Anything stand out about it to you?
No.
No. All right, I'm going to swap you. We're going to put down the $500 lens and I'm going to give you the almost $5,000 lens. What stands out about that lens to you?
It's big.
It's big and it's heavy. All right, I'm going to take your blindfold off and we're going to talk a little bit more about the actual differences between these lenses because I've also got some images I'm going to show you and you have to tell me which image was taken with which lens. I'm going to put this somewhere. All right, so now onto the image test. Bunch of different images. Samantha's going to see if she can tell which one's which. I might also try because I can't actually remember some of these images, which lens they were taken with. So what I want you to do is hold these two lenses, one in each hand. And when you see the image, we can zoom in, we can zoom out, things like that. You're going to hold up the lens that you think took the photo on the screen. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we've got the big expensive lens or the little cheap lens. So photo 1, what do you reckon? Do you want me to zoom in or zoom out or anything?
This one.
Why?
Just a guess.
Just a guess? Any particular reason?
No.
I'll zoom in a little bit.
Just a guess.
All right, final answer?
Yeah.
That is correct. You're just good at guessing, I suppose.
And beginner's luck.
All right, next photo. Which lens? So this is also an edited photo. This is just like a little detail photo I just
I
took.
feel like I won't be able to tell the difference between them.
A lot of people, I don't think a lot of people could. It's a huge price difference between them. You'd think there'd be more difference in the image quality. That is correct.
Yeah.
We took that with that. Number 3, also an edited image. Was that taken with the big expensive lens or the little cheap lens? Yes, that's correct. How do you?
Well, my only guess was because it was the same couple, but I mean, obviously you can have different lenses for the same couple.
All right, just so you guys can see, I'm going to zoom in a little bit on here so you can see. Image quality is not too bad. I don't know why it's not scrolling smoothly, but the image quality is not too bad from the Sirui 85. I'm pretty impressed by it. All right, next image. You reckon? I actually am not sure because I can't remember. Let's have a look. So this was taken with the 85mm Sirui lens, the cheap one.
There you go.
Damn, I didn't know that. Let's have a look at this image quality while we're here. Not too bad. The settings this was taken at was at f2, so a little bit smaller aperture, a little bit sharper for that lens. Let's get rid of that and we'll go to the next image. Which lens was this taken with? Sirui 85. Let's have a look because I also don't know. Let's check the image quality.
Probably Nikon.
Looks pretty good. That's with the Nikon.
Yeah.
So as a comparison for you guys, let's have a look. I'll zoom in on these rings a little bit closer. We've got the Nikon 85mm 1.2 and the Sirui 85mm 1.4. This is shot at f2 and this is shot at 1.2. Massive difference in the lighting, so it's not really a super fair comparison because it's also different settings, but I think that's pretty interesting there. Let's go for this image. What do you reckon? Which lens took that photo? I'll zoom in for you so we can see. You reckon the Nikon 85? Let's have a look. That was taken on the Sirui 85. I was pretty impressed when I saw that image myself, to be honest. Quite nice sharpness. A little bit of like distortion around the bottom there,
It
but
looks just
it's
stylistic.
just stylistic, as Sam says. I think she's right. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with this image at all. The Sirui lens performed perfectly in that scenario, I think. Let's go for the next image. What do you reckon?
I'm just going to say Nikon again.
Nikon? Let's have a look. That is with the Nikon 85mm 1.2, shot at f1.2. This is an edited JPEG, so I've added a bit of grain and stuff on there. But yes, that is correct. One more. What about this? Zoom in so we can get details. This, again, is obviously an edited JPEG. It's in black and white, if you didn't know.
I think this is wrong, but I'm going to say this.
So you think it's actually that, then?
Kind of, but my answer is this. My
What?
answer is this, but I kind of really think this.
Well, what do you genuinely think?
This is my answer.
You reckon? Okay, so this photo was taken with the... Okay,
We'll
it doesn't
never
show
know.
you on there, but it was the Nikon 85 because I remember taking that photo with that exact lens. Good job, Sam. I reckon you got quite a few right. All right, so overall, Sam, if you were to start photography, hold that for me and hold that. You're a photographer. What would you rather have? What would you rather pick?
I'll go with this one.
Yep.
This. Yeah.
Sirui. I don't know, how would you pronounce that? Sirui? It's here.
Where is it?
Just there.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Okay, thank you. Someone said on one of the last videos it was Sirui. It can't be Sirui. It's obviously Sirui. Anyway, we're not going to talk about
But
how
then you
to
could
pronounce
break it up as Sirui.
Okay, it's Sirui. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye. Alright, well, we are done with the Samantha test and most of the video. Thanks for coming and checking out these two lenses. I'm going to be doing a giveaway for this lens, the Sirui 85mm 1.4. I'm going to be sending this for free to somebody. To enter it, you just have to be following all of my social media platforms, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. I've put all of the links in the description for those. You also have to leave a comment of your favorite focal length. It doesn't have to be 85, just some kind of focal length. Leave that comment on this video and I will be announcing the winner on my Instagram story in about 30 days time. 30 days time to be exact. The exact instructions of the giveaway to win this lens totally for free is in the description. I'll catch you guys in the next one.